Welcome back, everyone. I'm Lisa Gonzalez with Meditation for Leadership, and we are a nonprofit organization on a mission to bring you the benefits of meditation. We're continuing our weekly wellness and wisdom series, and we're going to be diving into relationships today. Now, relationships, it still falls under this pillar of connection, and we know that connection is so important in becoming a more effective leader and successfully moving forward in your organization. I want to start off by reading to you the quote that begins this section of the book about relationships, because it stood out to me even more so for considering where we are in the world. It's by Margaret Wheatley, and she says, "Everything in the universe only exists because it is in relationship to everything else. Nothing exists in isolation. We have to stop pretending we are individuals who can go it alone." And like I said, I think more than ever, we're seeing how interconnected we are and how much we rely on each other. And having strong relationships, especially right now, is really important. So in the book, we talk about that effective leaders, they require the ability to effectively communicate. They require this ability to be attuned to what other people are feeling, but they also understand that it requires coming together and having a strong network. So in the book Never Eat Alone, author Keith Ferrazzi, he says something very similar to Dale Carnegie in How to Win Friends and Influence People. They talk about the importance of genuine connection. We've all had those interactions with people where we can tell that they're not really interested in what we're saying, but maybe just having that conversation to get something in return. So it's important for us to understand and to really be mindful of how we're going into interactions and developing these networks. Are we looking for something, or are we focused on simply the relationship? And yes, business might come from that afterwards, but the relationship must be first. And then maybe business comes from it, maybe it doesn't. But having a genuine connection is so important. And a meditation practice and a consistent ability to be mindful in these areas of your life will help. He also says something really important that it sounds pretty strong when you first hear it, but he says, your network is your destiny. And when you think about it, there's been so many studies on social networking and social contagion theory of how important your network is in your success. We know the people that we spend our time around, they influence how we behave, how we think. So it makes total sense that you want to put a lot of time and effort into creating a strong, successful network. But it's important to also understand that we don't want to go into it for the wrong reasons or expecting, right? In yoga, we call it karma. You don't hear that word often used in the business world, but what you give, you get back. And it's important to understand the way karma works. It's not always what you give one person, you get back from that one person. You give without expectation. And when you develop those strong connections, and when people know that you're genuine, you might get something back from someone else. But when you're planting those seeds, it's almost like you're planting the seeds and not expecting to eat the fruit. It'll come in different ways. But that's where those genuine connections are made. He even, in the book, Never Eat Alone, he even created this formula, which I know many people have heard, that your success in life is equal to the people you meet and what you create together. And when you really stop and think about that, like your success is equal to who you meet, those connections, those relationships, and what you're able to create together, it's really a strong foundation for how to look at these relationships and nurture them. So something we've talked a lot about and we touch on in the program is how we show up to relationships, right? Are we coming in, and we've talked about this before, with a clouded lens? Are we coming in or to a relationship with some baggage in the back, or maybe some feelings that we're holding on to that's not really allowing us to be completely present? So there's a couple meditations that we talk about when working in relationships. There's a forgiveness meditation. People hear that, and there's a lot of stuff that comes up when you hear the word forgiveness. But it's important to understand that forgiveness isn't necessarily about the other person. Forgiveness is more about allowing you to let go of things that you're holding on to so that you can create the space to develop a successful relationship. We also talk a lot about loving kindness meditations, and there's been studies, MRI studies of the brain of monks who practice loving kindness meditations regularly, and it shows like this heightened compassion. And really, compassion is so important in that genuine connection and interest with people. I know when I think about the people that have stood out in my life, in my career, in different aspects, they've all been people that I felt had genuine interest and compassion in what I had to offer and share. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna do a loving kindness meditation. And in this meditation, you want to think about 3 different people. We're gonna start with ourselves because it's shown that in order to really send out love and kindness, that we have to start with our own heart and that acceptance of our own self. So we're gonna start with ourselves, but then 3 other people you wanna think about, and you might write their names down or just have them in your mind. The first person is someone that you have a lot of love and respect for. The second person is someone that's kind of neutral in your life. Maybe you have a lot of interaction with them, but you don't really feel strongly either way. And then the third person is someone that there's some uncomfortableness around, or maybe some ill will towards in your life. So yourself and those 3 people, have those names in your mind. Again, like I said, if you want to write them down. And then this meditation, we repeat some words, and you'll find the pattern. So I'm going to say them, you'll repeat them after me. But really think about those words and the person when it's that person's turn in this process. Really picture them and feel whatever emotion arises in that. So come to a comfortable seat. You can, if you're sitting at your desk, let your feet come down onto the ground, come onto the edge of your seat so your shoulders are up and a nice straight spine. And if closing your eyes makes you feel uncomfortable, you know that you can just lower your gaze. And we'll begin with just simply a few rounds of feeling your breath. So you might take a deeper breath to ground yourself, but then eventually let your breath be nice and gentle. Feel it come in through your nose. Feel it go out through your nose. Now that you are still and can feel your breath, we'll begin. You'll repeat these words after me. Remembering that you yourself is as important and deserve your own love and compassion. Repeat after me. May I be protected and safe. May I feel joyous and pleased. May my mind be receptive to wisdom, and my life unfold smoothly with ease. Continue feeling your breath. Now bring to mind that person that you have a strong love for, a strong admiration of. And you'll place their name, instead of saying I, you'll place their name in the sequence. So may Michael, if that's their name, be protected and safe. May he or she feel joyous and pleased. May his or her mind be receptive to wisdom. May their life unfold smoothly with ease. Stay with your breath. Soften any tension in your body, and then bring to mind that neutral person in your life, that person that you have some interaction with, but you don't feel strongly either way. You'll replace their name in the stanza. May Jill be protected and safe. May she feel joyous and pleased. May her mind be receptive to wisdom. May her life unfold smoothly with ease. Staying connected to your breath and continuing to soften your body. Bring to mind that final person, that person that there's some unease or hostility towards. This is often one of the more difficult ones. But really picture their face as you say these words. May they be protected and safe. Repeating. May they feel joyous and pleased. May their mind be receptive to wisdom. And may their life unfold smoothly with ease. Good. Take another big breath in. Let it go. So that loving kindness meditation, it's something that it might feel a little uncomfortable in the beginning, but taking the time to really send love and compassion, especially to those people that maybe there's some unease or hostility towards, it's so empowering and impactful. And it doesn't mean it's always going to feel good, right? But this is the practice of letting go, the practice of moving on so that you can create space to have successful relationships. I want to finish with one final quote from the book that really stood out to me, from Steve's book, Leading from Within. And it's towards the end of the section on relationships. And I thought just how powerful if we can really take it into our hearts. And he says, the past can be a teacher for the present. When you hold on to emotions that weigh you down, you hold on to the past rather than learn from it. And then he goes on to finish up and say, once we have forgiven and released, there's an opening created for improved relationships, deeper relationships, and new relationships. So once again, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you found this helpful. This is just scratching the surface of the work we do at Meditation for Leadership. And we would love to share more of it with you. Please check out our website, meditationforleadership.org. We offer so much innovative programming, one-on-one meditation coaching. We offer a 5-part series, which we're doing remotely through Zoom right now, and seeing so much success with it. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at info@meditationforleadership.org. We're looking forward to connecting with you soon. Have a great day.